have a gang. So I had to find my own gang for me to survive. So I found this old man who used to collect plastics, a street man, and he helped me. He gave me a chance for me to also hustle with him. So as in Nairobi, when I used to collect those plastics, then I take them to the place where we used to weigh and get some cash for us to eat. I did that for 6 months, almost a year. But I was still used to think about school. So I started trying to go to those tuitions. So I survived. I used to collect the plastics, and after collecting the plastics in the evening, I got to a tutor. A tutor, the one that used to tuition me. I used to pay him like 100 shillings because I was a street boy, used to understand. I just gave him some few money for credit. Then he tutored me until I managed to do my class 8 exam, the KCPE. After doing my KCPE, I passed. I got like 352 marks. So when they saw that I was clever, they tried to take me to a high school. Then that's when my mother was called and I was taken to Ngoto High School. After being taken to Ngoto High School, I studied there for 2 years. Then because of the gang things, the gang issues, I joined the gang and they made us to burn the school. So when we tried to burn the school, I was expelled from the school. Then I had to come back to the streets again. Then, and this time when I came back to the streets, I found another gang that used to do robberies and all that stuff. But I was still ambitious with my education. So I went on doing the robbery with them, but the money I used to get from the robberies I used to collect the money for me for getting back to school again. Then I went back to school again. I finished my Form 4. I managed to get a C minus. I used to do all the sciences and also I managed all the subjects to get only a C minus. After finishing school, I thought that I was going to get a job since I had finished my high school. But it was impossible. But still, the gang I had used to call me and used to ask me why I had not joined them, why I was not with them. So I had to, when I came back to the streets, I had to come back again and join the gang again.
So you became a gang again after you finished everything?
Yeah, we became a gang again. Then at this time we were in Nairobi still. So there's this one time a friend of mine called him Son. So right now he's dead also. May God put his soul in peace.
Really.
Then this friend of mine had a gun. So we had to do some missions with him. We used to go wait for those old men in his sleep, the bosses. When they were going to buy their stocks, we timed them. Then we take their money. We scare them with the gun because it was not loaded. But there's this one time when we did a mission with him. I was in a bike. We had a bike. We tried to steal from a Somali guy in his Lee, 10th Street, at the chief camp. So when I snatched the phone, I was running to the bike. Then my rider, as I was jumping, he had already pulled the fuel. So he left me in the scene. Then I was beaten so bad. I was taken to the cell there at the chief's camp.
In Nairobi there?
In Nairobi there.
Yes.
The complainer came and said that I had a gun. I had also stabbed him. So I was taken to industrial area, prison. I was taken at the K block where I was given a a robbery case.
Robbery case, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there for almost 7 months dealing with the case.
7 months.
7 months.
So you didn't accept the case, that's why you went to remand.
I didn't accept the case, that's why I was taken to remand. And the Somali guy didn't have an ID.
Okay.
So he was unable to come to court and continue with the case.
Yeah.
So every time I was taken to court, I used to raise my hand and ask Your Honor, why am I staying in jail while somebody else is outside enjoying and is not coming to court? Or is he not respecting the court? That's when the judge gave him a date. He still not appeared.
Yeah.
Then the judge gave me also another date.
Yeah.
It was on a December.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a 12th December. That's when I was released after the guy didn't appear and I was given a date. Then I came back to court.
Yeah.
I was condemned already.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was still given a second chance. Because for me I was supposed to be given a life sentence. But the judge was lenient with me and he gave me a second chance because I was still young at that time. And he saw that I was also a little bit honest despite the fact that the complaint, the case was a bad case. So after the robbery, when I was released from jail, I came back to the streets.
Yeah.
Then I found my gang again.
Yeah.
Because at that time, Sonny was still alive. The son that day, I remember, he told me we used to smoke crack, cocaine, and weed. So after smoking, I was from jail. He told me we go with him for a mission. But since I had come out of jail, I didn't have the moods to go on a mission with him. Then he went alone. And that was the day my brother, he was like a brother to me. That's when he was killed.
So that day you didn't want to go with him, it was the day that he went to be killed.
Yeah, the day that I didn't go with him, that was the day that he went and died. He was in his sleep.
In his sleep?
Yeah, the same missions that we used to do. We robbed the bosses of his sleep. So he turned a boss and he was going to take his stocks.
Yeah.
When he took him at the corner and pulled out the gun, the boss gave him the money. But as he was running back to the bike, the boss started shouting. And since the gun was not loaded, he was not able to scare them away. That's when they started throwing stones. They gave him a mob justice. And that's when they killed him.
So after this your friend died, then how did you continue surviving in Nairobi there where you don't have another people?
So when my friend died, I tried to call my mama and my brothers. One of my brother had finished high school. My big brother, he was in Nairobi also working. He didn't want even my issues because I was from jail. He didn't want even me to visit him. So I had to survive alone. In Madara, Isli. I was in Madara in the ghetto. So I used to sleep in the grounds where we sell the drugs. That's where I used to sleep. At night we used to put the boxes down, then we sleep. So when he died and I had no options, now I had no friend to stay with. The other gang got scared and some of them were in jail. Some of them got scared and tried to find other jobs. So I was left alone from Mombasa, no ID. My certificates were also stolen in the process. When I was taken to jail, everything that I had bought since I was doing the robberies. Before I went to jail, I had bought some things and I had also I was also rented. I also rented a house there in Nairobi. But when I was taken to jail, they stole everything from me. The house that I had rented got another person. So I had no place to live, nowhere to start, and my friend had also died. So I was left alone, stranded.
And there, did you meet any crime gang who are taking drugs, maybe to be among your company, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I told you about
Yeah.
Msoni. We used to smoke crack with him,
Yeah.
and that's where I used to live with the dens where we sell drugs in Madari. I used to live Brixton.
Yeah.
I used to also live in Gaza.
Yeah.
Gaza is the field where we sell drugs since Nigeria was closed. I
So
used
in
to stay in Nigeria first, but when I went to jail, when I came back,
yeah.
Nigeria was already closed by Ahmed Rashid, the police. Yeah, even he wanted to kill me, but he was not able. Yeah, and the day they arrested me,
Yeah.
Rashid
Yeah.
wanted to shoot me, but since I was in the police station,
Yeah. Yeah.
he was not able. And you know him, he's a killer.
So this Ahmed Rashid is a crime police or is a gangster?
And that's a crime police.
Crime police.
Yeah.
So he's the one who used to deal with the gangster from the Nairobi
Yeah,
street.
he was the one who used to deal with the gangsters in Nairobi street,
Okay.
and he was the one who really wanted me. He
Ah.
also treated me that after being released that he
Yeah.
will shoot me down.
Mm.
But after coming back, when my friend died,
Yeah.
Ahmed Rashid was also arrested.
He was also arrested.
Yeah,
How he have been arrested? This police also.
He was arrested because he used to take fake guns, the
Yeah.
same guns that he used to place in every
Uh.
in every gangster that he killed.
Yeah,
He used
yeah.
to place the same weapon,
Okay.
which meant that some of them were innocent. That's why he
Okay.
killed them. He just killed them because of the feeling that he had and the ambition that he had for killing. That's why he killed them. He used just to kill them because he wanted to do it for being just to make his work being to portray a good picture in his job.
Okay.
But some of them are innocent. It's true. Even the people say it, and even me, I know it. Some of my friends had stopped stealing, they stopped being gangsters, but you still kill them. So many of my friends have died. There's also this one police who was called Baraza.
Baraza,
Yeah, Baraza also, one day when Sonny died, he came and threatened me and told me to go back to Mombasa.
Yeah.
And if I didn't go back to Mombasa,
Yeah.
he will take me down.
Mm.
So when I was in Brixton,
Yeah.
they raided Brixton one day. I used to stay in Brixton in the field there where we used to sell the drugs, because at that time I was into drugs so bad. I used to smoke heroin and crack, very bad.
Very bad.
Crack
Yeah.
is cocaine.
Crack is
So
cocaine. Yeah.
cocaine, instead of using it as a raw,
Yeah.
instead of sniffing it because it destroys the brain,
Yeah.
we used to cook it
Yeah.
and make the balls cracks,
Okay.
Then smoke them in bone. So after Baraza threatened me,
Yeah.
I sat and thought and called my mom, because my mother is always a mother. My father, I called him, but he didn't even respond. He just ignored me.
Yeah.
Then I called my mama. My mama, when I called him,
Yeah.
he told me to try and come back to Mombasa.
Yeah.
He sent me something small to eat. Then he told me to find some means and ways and come back to Mombasa. That's when I found some means, ways. Then I boarded another lorry
Yeah.
and came back. A friend of mine used to work in the lorries.
Yeah.
So I came back to Mombasa, the trailers. When I came back to Mombasa, I was still using the drugs. So I came back, started staying with my mom again.
Yeah.
My brothers had already finished school.
Yeah.
It's not so long, it's just like 2 years back since I came back to Mombasa.
And when you were in Mombasa, how do you continue with the kind of life? Which kind of life you was continuing in Mombasa?
When I came back, I found friends of mine.
Yeah.
The way of their means of getting their daily bread.
Yeah.
They used to take some pangas. We get to the streets, we time the women that were going to the market.
Yes.
Then we scare them and take the money from them.
Yeah.
But some of my friends in the gang, they used to use so much force. They even went ahead and cut
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I
Mm.
was not happy with it.
You did, yeah.
When
The
my
way, yeah,
father had the story that I was involved in a gang,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he decided to follow the Christian way and follow to a bishop.
Because he thought that maybe it's not really your mind what is take you to do things like
Yeah,
that.
he thought that I was bewitched.
He thought that you have been wished.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought that I was bewitched. That's
yeah,
when he went ahead and
yeah.
consulted with the pastor.
Uh-huh.
Then the apostle told him that
Yeah.
he should also change, and also he should also start beginning to preach also, because it's his fault that I'm doing all that. It's because that he had not followed the Christian way. That's why the all the things that the bewitching that was being done to him came to me, because for him it was safe, but
Okay.
for me,
You are not safe.
I was not safe because my mind was still young. So that's why,
You have been not protected under African way, maybe.
yeah, I was not protected in the African way. That's
Yeah.
why the witchcraft, they used to
They
bewitch me,
catch
they
you
used to
easily.
get to
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
easily. So my father decided to get saved,
Yeah.
decided to become a pastor.
Yeah.
My mother,
Yeah.
he was already he was already a Christian, and he was already running for me, he was already praying for me,
Yeah.
going to the churches, consulting with the pastors about it. He was also calling them for prayers at home.
Yeah.
Despite the fact when I came home, I didn't even get involved. I didn't want to listen to the pastors.
Yeah.
When I came home and found the pastors at home, I used to find out my ways and sneak out and leave them praying for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when my father became a pastor, he came home one day, although they had separated with my mom. Till now they are separated.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have been apart for 15 years. Yeah, 15 years since I was in class 6.
Yeah. So how it have been helping this prayer from your father until you get survive, you get saved from that, from the situation you have.
There is a day that I came home,
Yeah.
from my gang.
Uh-huh.
We had stolen. Then he heard about it. He had called a prayer meeting in a neighbor
Yeah.
at the place I live in, Kashani.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was sleeping, I heard them praying. And in their prayer, I heard it was like an angel that touched me. Because when I was in bed,
Yeah.
I listened to them, and
Yeah.
it was like they were in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, everything that I used to think, everything that I did,
Yeah. Yeah.
they used to say it in their prayer.
Their prayer. Yeah. Yeah.
So when I listened to them, I had the things that I was doing. So I didn't get the chance to sleep. I was not able to sleep. It was hard for me to sleep because it was like they were telling me the truth about my life. They were trying to tell me how much they've been looking in my life, and how much they've been looking at without talking. They have been just watching. So when I had that, I sat down. I tried to pray so that I will not listen. I will not hear them praying, but I wasn't able. My father had married another wife. The wife that he had married was the one that made us not to be able to be together with our father. So I heard them praying, and in their prayer, I felt like it was an angel, a spirit, touched me in my bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the villagers also had brought a witch doctor. They were also doing their witchcraft outside. So I had something touch me. But when I had the touching, I also had someone who was praying in the midst of them,
Yeah.
my father, the group that was with my father.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had her telling me, it was a lady. I had her telling me what I felt, if I felt it. And that's when I realized that the prayer they were praying, it's like an angel they had sent to me, and they've been watching me. Because everything that I used to do and everything that I did,
Yeah.
they said it out, and I heard it from my bed. They had speakers, so they did that for almost a week. That's when I felt guilty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sat to myself and thought, and I consulted with my mom.
Yeah.
She told me to kneel for her to pray for me because I was her son. So I knelt. She prayed for me,
Yeah.
despite the fact that I'm not that good, or I've not been able to be very committed, but I have I've committed myself to getting saved and started to change, because till now I've been avoiding the gangs.
Okay.
I've not been in the gang for now. I've taken like 3 months. I've not stolen. I just what nowadays my means to avoid and survive. I got the road,
Yeah.
call the people
Yeah.
on the road there.
Yeah.
I fill the matatus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I get 20 bob, 30 bob,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's how nowadays I survive.
Yeah. And you appreciate that for your
And
life.
I appreciate that little because I'm not guilty with it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I'm
And
happy because it's not something that I've forced
from someone.
out of someone.
Really.
And it's something that I've not injured someone to get, because I used to injure people for me to get my daily bread. Because some people resisted when we scared them. So we had to injure them for them to see that we were serious. So nowadays, the money I get little, the 20 bobs from the matatus, the 10 shillings,
Yeah. Yeah.
it makes me be filled, and it makes me happy, because I'm happy myself, and
Yeah.
I'm not guilty, and there's nobody blaming me for anything.
Yeah, really.
And even nowadays my mother is a little bit proud, although it's not yet that content, because she's still in a dilemma since because of all those traumas that she's been through. But she's happy right now that I'm quiet,
Yeah.
and I'm not simple.
Yeah.
I'm not stealing from anybody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my own ways
Yeah.
and finding my own street.
Yeah.
I'm not even involved with the gangs.
That is good, brother. And
Yeah.
what do you tell the generation about this kind of life? What do you tell the people at the end of our interview? How you advise the generation who coming about this kind of situation?
What I'm advising them right
Yeah.
now is something very important
Yeah.
for the people and the generation that are coming.
Yeah.
And also I can also say for the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see your son or your daughter
Yeah.
is trying to flip apart from you, what I'm advising the parents, try to be a friend to your son or daughter, so that you can understand the things that he's passing through or she's passing through,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so that you can be able to mold and guide before things get to worst. And to my fellow friends and my fellow generation and my fellow youth,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is this:
Yeah.
let us try to work for our own money. And studying is very important, despite the fact that you have no job, but it will help you to be able to focus and think about the things you do. Because if I had not studied still now, I will not be able to reflect my mind on the things that I was doing. I will not be able to be advised, because I wouldn't sit and listen to somebody giving me an advice, and in my own mind I'm not even able to understand it. Because what I can say is education has made me to understand a lot of things, and has made me to change a lot of things. I've been trying. For me to get my education, it's been so hard, but I've tried much for me to be able to succeed till the point that I am.
That's true.
So what I advise my fellow youth, try and focus. If you are in some place that you are studying and if your parents are able to take you to school, commit yourself. And to those that are not able, please try to find a way with your parents to support each other. Instead of finding a way to support only yourself, when we are together, one person is hard for him to survive. But when we hold hands together and focus and take a good direction, it will be very easy for us to survive. And that's what we should do, even the whole world. Because if the whole world we were all friends, I don't think there will be anybody who will suffer. Isn't it true?
Really.
Yeah, if
That's
we are
true.
all friends, nobody will suffer.
Because we'll help each other.
Yeah, and we
according
will
to the
be able to
situation.
understand each
Yeah,
other
really,
and
really.
listen to each other's
Ideas. Really.
Yeah, and if we come together, the different ideas, when we bring them together, we will be able to also focus and make something that even the coming generation will be able to be supported and will avoid the gangs and will avoid even doing bad things. And also the kids, when they come up, as they grow, they will be also be able to support themselves, and also they will find means and ways also ready. Because if it's for us, if we make the future for them, I don't think the future will be destroyed.
That's
I think
true,
the future will be also made.
That's good, my brother. This is
Thank
Radio
you.
Bombolulu. If you watch the video, you can like and subscribe. We are talking about the really issue, what is happening in the rural area or in the village, in the ghetto, in the city. You're
Yes, my
welcome.
brother. Thank you.